More than 200 teachers in Houston paid to have someone take their teacher's certification test. And some of these teachers are now principals and assistant principals. Now, if you see the picture up top here, you see that this looks like a brother. When you go through the names and you go through the schools, predominantly black teachers in predominantly black schools. So that points to a bigger issue, and part of the work that I've been doing, especially as it relates to mathematics, if I may make this about myself and what it is that I do. But we have a serious issue with teachers not understanding the content for which they are teaching. And so what's happening is they're taking the certification test to say, hey, I know this subject matter well enough that I can teach it. And they're not able to pass the test. This is similar to medical students not being able to pass the exam to become doctors and paying someone else to take the assessment for them. And you have to ask yourself, would you want a doctor operating on you and they weren't able to pass the assessment? Now you should be able to understand, if you weren't able to beforehand, why our test scores for our children are the way that they are. Because the teachers can't pass the test. Now, we can harp on that, but how do we solve that problem? Teachers want to do well. They want their children to do well. But what's happening that they're not understanding the content. And so that is the issue. And it is a problem that is solvable. We have to get people in front of these teachers that's giving meaningful professional development where we're tackling content. I literally, at this very date here, November 4th, I literally just finished a professional development for a group of middle school teachers where we did just that, where we went through the content. I'm looking at my notes here, where we went through the standards. And we looked at where would students have difficulty with this. That's not happening in schools, and that is why teachers are resorting. And it's just not just happening here. This has happened in other places, maybe not to this degree. But we need to be able to get professional development and training beforehand, because what the hell is going on in college that they're leaving college and not knowing their content? Because colleges aren't being on the front lines enough. It's typically the schools. But we're not looking at what's happening in college, that these teachers are leaving and graduating with a degree and they can't do the mathematics of middle school students. This is a problem, and it's probably just going to get swept under the rug. We're going to keep doing what it is that we're doing. And we're going to have places like black students in Chicago or black students in Illinois where only 9.1% of them are proficient in mathematics, and the numbers aren't much better in reading.